Welcome to IEM Katowice 2021. The commentary in the round of 8. Starting off as ZVZ. Oh my god, no hands, ma! It's Reynor versus Dark. What a game. And it looks like they're both starting off with 16 hatch openers. So, that being said, we're just gonna skip ahead a little bit here because this is all boring. Nobody wants to watch this. And they're both taking a standard third base, pulling both their queens down, seeing what they can do. Small tussle here. Alright. I'm generally really cautious because a lot of Zergs build a standard 10 lings or so prepared to run by, so no matter what you do, I will keep 2 Hellions at home. Nice. Nah, that makes sense, dude. That makes a lot of sense. You were in a 30-minute TVP. Did you win? I hope you did. So it looks like Reynor built that Evo chamber just for the sake of walling off. Dark's actually going for a fast lair behind this. And we're going to see who has the more aggressive potential here. Looks like both sides pretty content to drone up here. Dark does get a ling in. He does not see the lair. Or he doesn't see a lair because Reynor hasn't built one. But Reynor is building a fast roach form behind this and is now getting his lair. Dark, I think this position heavily favors Dark right now. His tech is significantly faster. Reynor doesn't know about the lair, and I think Dark's just gonna take this. I mean, the early game, the build orders here put Dark in a better position, because the second his roach form gets done, he can start roach speed, and then he'll be fine. Dark's actually building a spire behind this as well. Dark being extremely greedy, getting the entire tech tree here. Will he get roach speed as well? He certainly will. And it looks like he's just going to go to 66 drones and take the gases at his third and just really macro up here. Now, Reynor's taking a very fast fourth. Dark sees the very late lair. He sees the very fast fourth base. And Reynor's playing in the dark. Oh my god. Awful. So each party just trying to scout here. Dark does get in, sees the timing on the lair here. And I think Dark's in a better position here. Reynor is going to get a ridiculously powerful economy, though. He's going up to 75 workers here. Spoiler, Zerg wins. How dare you? I didn't know that. And Reynor going to go for the fast Hydra Den here. Probably going to go for a Roach Hydra Lurker Viper composition, taking up to Hive. But we're going to see what Dark can get done with the mutas here. Now, Reynor does have spores going down. He knows that Dark has a spire. And it could be that Dark is going to fake this spire. It could be that he builds the spire, forces Reynor to build several spores, overcommits with the Hydras, and then doesn't build any mutalisks. But as I said, he does build 6 mutas here. We're going to see how many he builds throughout the match. He is getting range attack upgrades here as well. So he's going to go Roach Muta here. Not the most common composition you see here in ZVZ, but definitely one that you could do. Reynor has a lot of queens. He's got good spore coverage here so far. Reynor sees the timing on Dark's 4th base. He knows that he's ahead in economy. And I think Reynor's actually in a fine spot here. Dark's +2 is going to hit significantly faster, but Dark's ground army tech is significantly behind Reynor's. Reynor already getting the Lurker Den, which is a really big deal later in the game. That's going to scale excellently. The late gate comms that you usually see from Zergs are it's basically just mass Hydra Lurker Viper, and whoever has the higher Viper count usually wins here. Reynor getting a nice and quick infestation pit as well. He's already on a beautiful economy here. If I knew that my Zerg opponent would never attack me, I would go straight for what Reynor's going for. Honestly, it would help a lot. However, we do have a Nidus coming in here from Dark. We're gonna see what sort of damage he can get done with this. I don't know if I really like this. I mean, it's definitely a good tactical strategy. The problem is, the good news there is that with the mutas, Dark's going to be able to spot Nidus drop Nidus very easily here. A little bathing run by here, picks off a modest amount of drones, and Reynor's just increasing his static defense, doing whatever he can. Dark's surging ahead in Army Supply, though, and he's dropping a Nidus here on the bottom side. Reynor, unfortunately, with no Overlord there, does not see it at all, and this is actually disastrous here for our Italian Zerg. He's got all of his queens on the other side of the map. Dark is so brilliant. He's pulled all of the queens out of position. He's dropping a second Nidus here. Okay, so now, if Dark can hold the top of this ramp, Dark wins this game. But Reynor needs to get his units up here right now. A lot of them are getting stuck on the choke here. The lurkers do burrow here. There are a couple of Ravagers here, but it's not going to be enough. And with the lurker spread, Dark should be able to clear this out. He's got 5 lurkers here. That's a lot. The entire army of Dark here is now in the main. He's picking off one of the gases here. If he can get the pool, that would be nice to prevent the queen production from going up here. But there's a lot of lurkers here. Dark is now going to build another Nidus here at the 4th base that will get canceled by Reynor here. This is a lot of damage going down all over the place. Dark is actually fighting in this concave and picking off quite a few of these lurkers here. Dark, with the superior concave and the upgrade advantage, is actually taking a pretty excellent engagement until now. And now a lot of his units are being hemorrhaged here. The Spores trading very efficiently against the Mutas, and Reynor has held a very scary attack here. But meanwhile, there's another Nidus here on the low ground. And can Dark get anything done with this either? It doesn't look like there's just enough Hydras and Lurkers in this army to push all this back. And Dark's attack has failed. An incredible hold from the Italian Zerg. Does lose 12 of his workers, but that was very costly from Dark. And now he just doesn't really have a tech that can match Reynor's army. Reynor's already got a hide. He's going to have seismic spines. He's going to have Vipers. He's going to have +3. And this is looking excellent now for Reynor. Like, Dark needed to basically end the game with that attack. And now he is just ridiculously far behind. These 2 Mutas, while unable to kill any drones, realistically, will be very helpful for spotting Niduses, as we see here now. But yeah, Dark's just way too far behind on tech. I'm actually really surprised that both of them have such little Overlord spread. Actually, with Reynor, it makes sense because Dark was opening with Mutas, but now I think he can afford to spread his Overlords out here. Dark actually, with a phenomenal concave here and an Overseer to boot, actually takes a phenomenal trade against Reynor's units. He's going to get on top of both of the Lurkers, focus firing both of them down. Reynor forced to pull back here. An unfortunate concave error there from Reynor, and now Dark actually has the momentum here. Can he swing across the map and get anything done? Reynor has so many roaches in production right now. I feel like he needs more Hydras, though. He needs to just keep getting better tech here. And now he's maxed out again with roaches that are just not going to scale well. He's going to get as many lurkers as he can here. Dark's Ravagers getting caught out here in the open there. That's a lot that he lost there for nothing. But Dark has a lot of units here. And Reynor's getting battered back once again. Dark, unfortunately, is not maxed, so he can't maintain this fight. But this is... I mean, Dark did pretty well right there with what he had. He's being very resourceful here. But Reynor, at 76 drones, is going to be in a great spot here. A nice random lurker burrow here, denying all the mining here at the 3rd base. And Reynor's Hydras are actually going to kill a huge swath of Dark's Overlords here in the center of the map. Reynor's also pushing in to the 5th base here of Dark on the center right. He's got roaches here as well. And he's about to have +3. I mean, this is looking really excellent for Reynor here now. And Dark needs to save this base no matter what, and I think Reynor's going to take it here. He's got the concave advantage at the top of the ramp. He's about to have the upgrade advantage as well. The Hydras are going completely uncontested here. The Biles do zone Reynor out for a moment, but I think that Reynor just has too much. He's trying to attack in all these places at once. Dark actually doing a really excellent job of defending on multiple fronts. Can he get on top of all these lurkers? He certainly can. All the lurkers go down, and Dark's army actually taking, once again, a pretty excellent trade here. He is losing a bunch of army supply, but... like, considering the circumstances, Dark is doing about as well as he can with what he has. It's still not enough. Reynor just got +3. He's about to get all the Carapace upgrades. And then with that, he's just going to take this game. He's up 50 supply. And he should be able to kill this base here with basically no hesitation at all. Dark's army pulling back once again. Reynor is now getting Vipers. And with the Viper tech, this is going to be really difficult for Dark to hold. He does lose his very important 5th base here on the center right. And Reynor is in a phenomenal position. He's taking the gases at his 5th base. He'll probably just take the rich gas base here pretty soon. Dark with an Overlord. He's going to try to drop another Nidus here, but Reynor brilliantly has 5 roaches there that are already scouting for it. Reynor's getting a lot of his units up the ramp here, getting a nice concave here. And I want to see Reynor remax with Hydras. That's exactly what he's doing here. Slowly adding those Hydras into his tech. Still getting a really nice concave here is Reynor. And trading very efficiently here, but Dark has too many units here, and Reynor forced to pull back. We'll lose a couple of the Hydras on the retreat. And Dark, like, I'm amazed that Dark has lasted this long. Because after that Nidus Swarm failed, Reynor should have won the game, like, 2 minutes after that. with how far ahead he was. And Dark has been able to hold on here for quite a while. An extraordinary resilience here from the Korean Zerg. Now, the issue still remains here. How does Dark take a 5th base? Reynor doesn't have that much vision across the map, which again, I think is a massive error on his part. I think he should take his Overload spin and just spread Overlords all over this map. He should know where Dark is at any given time. He should not be playing in the dark, so to speak. And yeah, I know that one was forced. Anyways, the Vipers are here now, and now this is just a very game-winning position here for Reynor. He's up in upgrades. He's got a really excellent army. He's up in army supply. The Lurkers are starting to burrow here, and Reynor, with the Vipers, now can blinding cloud this army if he really wants to. He's going to abduct the Lurkers here of Dark. They get harpooned straight to their death, and even with fast Lurker burrow, that's not enough. Dark taps out, and Reynor takes game 1 against the 2019 world champion that Reynor lost to in the grand finals. Is this revenge? We'll find out. Both players here doing a standard opening once again. Standard opening, standard opening, standard opening. Blah, blah. Okay, Dark's going for fast lair. Reynor's going for a fast +1 attack. Dark finishing his wall off here. And Reynor going for a slightly slower lair. We're going to watch the game from here. And Dark is actually going for fast +1 melee. Now, that's an excellent upgrade to have if you're going to go for Lingbane Muta, just to be able to focus fire down hatcheries faster, be able to one-shot drones, one-shot lings with banelings is really helpful. So I kind of like this here from Dark. He does have a fast fire going down here once again. And at this point, it's really hard for Dark to transition into roaches. Dark with the Ling Scout will get the timing on that lair. He knows that Reynor doesn't have a lair quite yet. Will Reynor get a similar scout off? We're going to find out here in just a second. But Dark is just powering up in his economy here. He's going to get Lingbane Muta. The thing is, with this upgrade situation, it's unlikely that Dark is ever going to stop making mutas as his main army composition, because you can't really transition into roaches here. At least not yet. You can't transition into Roach Hydra Lurker until like 15 minutes into the game, when your Lingbane Muta has gotten all the harass potential it has possibly done, and then you just go straight to Hydra Lurker. But there's not really much of a point in going for roaches here. Now, Reynor is completely in the dark. Again, forced pun. But there is a Spire on the way. Reynor's getting his own Spire, and he does have roach upgrades here. So it's going to be really a question of who can get more mutas out faster and who can get better ground armies. Reynor should win the ground army thing. I think +1 roaches are better than +1 melee lings. But Dark is going to have an insanely high muta count here. It's also possible here that Reynor could go for Roach Corruptor and try to fight this. Corruptors do trade better against mutas, especially if you get Carapace upgrades. Dark going for the attack upgrades. He is unaware that Reynor has his own Spire. So I think Reynor should go Roach Corruptor and then just try to get an overwhelming amount of roaches here and just push across the map. Reynor here definitely with the faster 4th base here. And yeah, I think Roach Corruptor is the call. He is going to build Roach Corruptor here. 11 Corruptors on the way here. Not something you see very often in ZVZ, but definitely what he should be doing against Dark's army. Now, Dark with these +1 melee lings, this is huge. He's going to get on top of this hatchery here, and he's going to kill it straight up. +1 melee lings chew through buildings like they're paper, and was just able to eliminate that completely immediately here. Now, Dark, very smart here with his mutalist play, is going to get the expansion that has the rich gas geyser. We do again have 13 corruptors on the way here now from Reynor. And can Reynor get this natural wall off in time? He does. But here come the banelings, here come the lings. Can he actually get anything done here with the drones at the 3rd base? Meanwhile, Reynor is counterattacking. Can he kill the 4th base here of Dark? I think Dark will just barely save that here. The drones from Reynor are being evacuated, but will they be saved? It does appear as though they will be. Very nice defense from both sides. Dark saving his 4th base, Reynor saving the drones in his 3rd. But now, I think this position's better for Dark, because Dark's going to have a much higher gas income, which is way more important later in the game. However, the Corruptor count from Reynor is very scary, and keep in mind, Reynor can use these to kill Overlords, and he can use them to kill hatcheries as well by caustic spraying them down. So this is going to be very interesting here from Reynor to see how he uses these Corruptors here. It looks like he's going to try to get on top of these mutas here. I would love to see him just pay down this 4th base, honestly. I think he's going to try. Well, actually, he has the roaches here as well, and that's going to force the mutas to come out. But again, the Corruptor is going to trade here pretty efficiently. Now, the Spore Crawler goes down. There's no way the Dark's going to save this base, I don't think. Yeah, the Roaches are just going to take that down. And now Dark does have another base here in the center left. Reynor not re-expanding behind this. I think it's a massive blunder there on the part of Reynor. Now, if Reynor loses all these Corruptors, he's actually in a lot of trouble. It looks like he is trading relatively okay against the Mutas, but he needs more Corruptors immediately. Keep in mind, Reynor doesn't have any Carapace upgrades on his Corruptors, so he's actually not trading against these Mutas as well as he would like. Dark, however, really maintaining the upgrade advantage here no matter what. And this is looking actually quite nice for Dark. He's going to be ahead in economy. He's going to be ahead in upgrades. And even though Reynor did kill that base, it was not without a pretty massive cost. He lost quite a lot of Corruptors and quite a lot of Roaches in that. And he's going to go for the Infestation Pit now, but now Reynor has to turtle on this composition, and that's just going to be really uncomfortable for him to deal with here as Dark continues to expand and take more of the map. Yeah, I really like this position for Dark better. Now, Reynor's going to go for Fast Hive here. This is probably his best bet here. He's going to try to get mass Vipers. I guess not mass Vipers, but he's going to get several Vipers in this army to try to throw Parasitic Bombs on the Mutic Flock of Dark, which is absolutely the way he wants to go. Reynor getting some ample protection here for his fourth base, but Dark does have a lot of Lings, and keep in mind these Lings do have +2. Dark needs to get a Hive of his own. He needs to get Adrenalans. He needs to go for either Ultralisks or Fast Lurkers. Eventually, the Mutas just simply will not trade well against Mass Viper, Corruptor, Roach. So Dark needs to keep teching up here. He does have 32 Mutalisks in this army, which is a pretty scary amount, and they will soon have +2 attack, which makes them even more deadly. Dark now taking the 5th base with the rich gas. That's very important for his mutant production here. And Dark is almost maxed out. Raider's at 140 supply, and he doesn't have another base here. Okay, Dark's actually just going to go directly on top of this here and engaging without the Spore being finished. But he knows that the Corruptors don't have the upgrades he needs. He's going to come in here with the Lings now, and the Roaches are going to trade pretty efficiently here. Keep in mind, these Lings have no Carapace upgrades, so with +1 attack, the Roaches will actually be able to still two-shot the Lings, but the Lings here are getting into the 3rd mineral line. He's killing so many drones here from Reynor, killing 6 and then immediately pulling back out. He's going to get Bailing speed as well, and Bailing run-bys with this composition are just incredibly deadly. But Dark being completely maxed out, he needs to find a way to keep spending his money here. Looks like the Mutas are actually going to kill this base, and this is disastrous here for Reynor. He can't afford to lose this expansion, but he is absolutely going to. The Mutas trading here against the Corruptors. I don't know if this is really right, but there's not that many Corruptors left in this army. There's only 10, and Dark has such superior upgrades here. Fighting on top of the Spore, it doesn't even matter. He's going to kill this 4th base, and this is going to be the game. Reynor's Vipers were just way too late. He didn't have enough anti-air, and it looks like Dark is going to be able to take this. He picks off the Viper, and this is looking just completely lost here for Reynor. I don't see how our young Italian Dark is going to come back here. Dark even picking off quite a few of these Overlords that Reynor cannot afford to lose here. Getting supply blocked here would be the most awful thing in the world. Does he have enough energy on these Vipers? He doesn't. He's trying desperately to get just enough for a Parasitic Bomb. He doesn't get it. And the Spores and Corruptors are wrecking these Mutas, but Reynor doesn't have the tech he needs. He has no 4th base. GG. Dark ties the series 1-1. Sorry, I'm dropping a bunch of frames. I don't know why that is, unfortunately. So we have some pretty standard Lings from both sides here. Dark actually pushing his Overlord out here. His Queen's out here. He might get the Overlord of Reynor, which would really suck for Reynor. He does get it. That's a very massive blow here early in the game. We do have Ling Speed finishing up here for Reynor, and he is just so supply blocked now. He's got a lot of larvae he's floating here. This is not where Reynor wanted to be against the world champion, and it looks like Dark, he's going to take some damage here on this 3rd base. Will the 3rd base die? I think it actually will. I don't think Dark actually has what he needs to save this 3rd base here. That's a pretty massive loss for Dark, but I don't think it actually matters. I think that Dark is going to have enough economy here to just keep pushing out. Dark actually supply blocked here as well. Maybe this is better for Reynor. Yeah, Reynor has a 3rd base now. I think Reynor stabilizes. That supply block was really unfortunate, but I think that Reynor just wins. Reynor's in a better position. Nice split there from Reynor. Okay, so Dark's actually going to get a little bit aggressive here, try to attack this base. Reynor does have a pretty ample amount of units here to defend, but he does pick off send two lings to go pick off that Baylink. Very nicely done. And will he be able to get this Baylink here from Dark? It doesn't look like he quite can. And will he be able to get this third base? Definitely not. Dark is way much here to defend. Dark's taking a couple of extra gases here. And Reynor's getting a fast lair. Dark's going to go for Evo Chamber Roach. Overall, I like Reynor's position better. Beautiful Baylink hit there from Reynor. Dark picking off another Baylink there, though. Excellent micro. I appreciate the 43 people that are chilling and watching this with me. We're going to see what happens here. Dark, each side getting +1. Dark's is infinitesimally faster, but Reynor has a much faster lair, which means getting link speed, or roach speed, excuse me, is going to be very excellent here for Reynor. Dark with the sneaky Baylink run by here. There is an Overlord that's scouting it, but will Reynor react in time? Doesn't look like he is. Oh my god, there are so many Baylings there. Is he going to go in towards the natural? He is, but there is a queen there in the hole in the wall, and he will not be able to get any economic damage done here. Good morning, Deathspade. The Baylings here from Dark almost crashing into the lings here of Reynor. And Reynor will be able to circumvent this, at least for now. But Dark's getting very aggressive here. He might be able to kill this third base. Reynor is desperately trying to get some roaches out right now. He knows that he will have the upgrade advantage here, but Dark actually has an insane amount of units here. He's building 11 roaches behind this, and if Dark could just keep the pressure on, he might be able to kill this third base and win the game. A lot of these lanes here from Reynor are trapped. An amazing Baylink hit here from Dark. Reynor's own Bayling's a little bit late to this fight. Will Dark kill this queen? No, he will not. A good defense there from Reynor, but he did lose a lot of lings that he really shouldn't have. Reynor's going to go for his fast roach speed here, but Dark doesn't have a lair. Dark's probably just going to attack here pretty soon with an insane amount of slow roaches and with +1 attack, which is very, very important here. So if Reynor could just hold out a little bit more, he should be in a great position here. Dark does get a lair. And with that lair, he starts his roach speed. The supplies are very even now. And Dark's getting both of the gases at his third base here. Now, this is interesting here, because this could be a mind game for Reynor. Reynor might see the gases at the third and panic and think that Dark's going for mutas. I don't think that Dark's actually going for mutas. I think he's just taking the gases there first to make it look like he's going for mutas and then possibly have Reynor overreact. We do have a changeling here from Dark, just getting a scout, getting intel. Both players have +1 now. Reynor's roach speed is going to finish a little bit faster here. Dark trying to see what mileage he can get out of these lings. Doesn't look like there is any, but Reynor's actually going on the offensive here. He's going for a massive attack here. He only has 47 drones behind this attack. Dark is at 60 drones. He's building a spine right now, and Dark's lings going in for a very nice counterattack here. The wall is open here, and can these lings actually get anything done here? Meanwhile, Reynor is pushing in on the other side of the map here. Reynor with roach speed, meaning he gets the better concave here and can pull back whenever he wants to, as he is right now. 10 drones from Reynor going down here, and this is looking dire for the Italian Zerg. The counterattack from Dark has done a great amount of economic damage here. And I think that Dark's going to take this game. Dark actually is going for the Spire at the very end of the day here. And transitioning into mutas here is going to be very nice against a Roach versus Roach army. And Dark's ahead 21 workers. This should be over. I'm pretty sure Dark's just going to take this. Dark, interestingly enough, not starting +2 here. He's just going to keep building roaches and try to wait for his mutalist tech. He's going to save as much gas as he can until that time. He's getting his last gas here now. But Dark is at 60 drones. And this is looking really, really good here for Dark. Dark actually pushing out of the map here, eager to get some counter damage done if he can. And Dark does have a much higher army supply. He's getting a fourth base. He's got a Spire on the way. He's way ahead in tech. And he's going to be ahead in economy here for quite some time. I'd love to see an Overseer in this army. The Ravagers here from Reynor are actually a little bit scary here. They add a lot of damage to the fight, especially the Biles land. So it's a very wise idea for Dark to pull back here in that situation. But Dark does have 800 gas in the bank. He is ready for this mutalist transition. He finally gets it. 90 mutas instantly on the way. And this is going to spell a lot of trouble here for Reynor. Reynor hasn't scouted the Spire. He has no idea that this is coming. And he's going to do some type of push here across the map into the Roaches of Dark. But then there's also going to be 9 mutas here that are just going to get completely free damage here. And Dark, with such a vastly superior income here, I think he's going to hold this push no matter what. The real question is Dark gonna use the mutas in the engagement, or is he gonna try to go across the map? He's gonna use them in the engagement. The mutas are gonna focus down these Ravagers, and that is gonna be disastrous here for Reynor. He spent so much gas on the Ravagers, and now he is forced to attack in here. If he goes on the retreat, he'll just lose everything to the mutas. He has to keep pushing here, and it's not enough. GG. Dark takes the lead 2-1. Now we're in game 4. Everything else here is elimination match for Reynor. If Reynor loses one more game, he is out of IEM Katowice. And both of these players heavily favored to win this tournament. And both of these players, again, with a history. Dark taking the World Championship of 2019 against Reynor here. And Dark's ZVZ recently has just looked completely unstoppable here. We'll go ahead and start from here. Reynor with these Banelings coming in. That's not a full wall from Dark, and these Banelings actually have the potential to do a lot of damage here. Does kill 4 drones there, but Reynor with a counterattack here of his own, actually trying to get on top of this hatchery here, will not kill it. Loses a lot of Lings in that fight. But can this Baneling here from Reynor save the day? Doesn't look like it. There's no way he can kill this base now. I don't think. Well, actually, maybe if these like 2 Lings, if they're not enough, he might kill this base. Dark doesn't actually have any units on the map right now. He's going to try to get the queens over here. Can he save this 3rd base? The suspense is terrible. Okay, he does save it. We have +1 melee going down here from Dark. And we have +1 Carapace going down here for Reynor, which actually makes the matchup quite interesting. So, Dark... It depends on how the rest of the game goes. Reynor's upgrade is going to scale better into building roaches, because then he won't have to get that upgrade later for his roaches, which he is getting a roach horn right now. Dark should probably just go straight for Lingbane Muta here, and I'm trying to think if there's any situation. I mean, I don't think the Carapace upgrade does not apply to buildings. So Dark's Lings, even though he will trade the same against Lings and Banelings and everything else, the way he always has, he will be able to kill buildings faster here. This is a very nice attack here from Dark. The Banelings wrapping around here. Can he actually get the Lings here of Reynor? Some beautiful Queen Micro here from Reynor, picking off the Banelings here of Dark, and Reynor has held, at least for now. The Banelings coming in once again. A beautiful shot there from the Baneling on the Lings of Dark. He's gonna try to get these Banelings into the middle line. Will he be successful? He gets one of them, but you need to. All those drones are so damaged here, but Reynor will be able to save this. Dark's aggression has been held. Very, very well there from Reynor. Those queens just came in absolutely clutch. And now this progresses here into the mid game. Sorry. Making plans, making plans. All right. So now, it looks like Reynor's gonna go in for an all-out push here. He's got 44 drones. He's got his Carapace upgrades now. Lings and Roaches with Carapace are very hard to kill. Dark realizes this. He's building 4 Spine Crawlers right now. He knows he needs to hold right here, right now, in order to win this game. Reynor does get the 3rd base, which is very nice damage in and of itself. Dark is fully walling off. He's got 4 spines behind this, and I don't see how Reynor kills this. Dark is gonna kill the 4th base here, the 3rd base here of Reynor as well. And Reynor is just trying desperately to push in here. There is a small gap in that wall in the bottom right, but Reynor is going to try to actually come out here and break this Evo chamber here. He's going to build as many Banelings as he can. Dark's building a Spire behind this. If Dark can hold on long enough, he'll be okay. But this is still a lot of spines. This is still a lot of Banelings. The Banelings coming forward here now from Dark, actually picking off a lot of the Banelings here from Reynor. And can Reynor actually win this position here? More Banelings warping in from both sides. The Banelings crashing in glorious display in the center here, but I think the Dark is going to run out of steam here. He's running out of units here. He doesn't have that many queens. The spines are taking a lot of damage here, but so are the Roaches of Reynor, and has Dark held this with amazing Amazing defensive posture here. He picks up all the banelings here of Reynor. Dark trying as best he can. His baneling nest goes down, and I think that these banelings will not quite be able to get on top of the spines and finish this game off, but Dark is very battered here. I love Reynor building some Ravagers behind this to try to pick up these spine crawlers. Reynor has to keep attacking here. If the game goes on for long enough, Dark's just going to get mutas out, and then this is going to be over. The Ravagers here getting on top of these spine crawlers. Dark has accidentally uprooted one of them at a very crucial time here, and now Reynor with 4 Ravagers might be able to do this here. Dark pulling the boys as well, and these spine crawlers are about to die here, and I think with that, Reynor will be able to take this game and tie the series 2-2. Reynor looking for blood. Surprisingly, neither of these players have cheesed here in this entire series, which I find very odd. I feel like Dark would have tried that. Whew. All right. So now we have Dark getting a lot of tech. Dark does see, you know, relatively normal things here from Reynor, but he has very little vision. Reynor's gonna go for another all-in here. He's trying desperately to kill this lane here. Dark's gonna figure it out. Okay, so he sees it. Dark knows he needs to build. He needs to cancel +1. He needs to get as many spines as he can, and he needs to hold this attack. Okay. The spines are going down here. Dark cancels +1. He knows he needs to just build units and hold here. Reynor with an insanely high army supply here. He's going to attack this third base while he's waiting for the rest of his units to get across the map here. Getting +1 range attack behind this as well. And Dark has the Spire going down here, so Dark has to hold here right now. Now, the roaches here of Reynor can actually damage all these buildings for free, but he needs... The time is of the essence here. If he can get in before the Spine Crawlers are up, he's going to be at an absolutely phenomenal advantage here. Reynor's surrounding the roaches of Dark here that were building at his third base, and now the spines are up, and now Reynor's in a little bit of trouble here. It's going to be very difficult for him to actually attack this infrastructure here without getting in range of the spine. So this is some excellent micro going on from both sides here. Now, Reynor's going to kill the roaches here, but the Spire from Dark is getting pretty close to being done here. Dark desperately re-walling this. He does lose his third base here, but again, if he lives long enough here, he'll be fine. He's got a Spire on the way, and it's halfway done. And it looks like Reynor's going to pull back now. He does have 4 more drones on the way. It looks like he's going to transition out of this. Dark getting a Spire, getting banelings, getting everything that he needs here. But Reynor's in a phenomenal position right now. And with that layer almost done, Reynor should just be able to maintain the map control here, at least for a bit. Nice pick off on the drone and the creep tumor as well. Very well done there from Reynor. Reynor's in a great position right now, but Dark is going to start building Mutalisks now. He's got all of his gas saturated. He's trying to get as many mutas out as he can, but the lair is done here for Reynor. He's got quite a few queens, and he must suspect that mutas are coming. There's basically nothing else that makes sense for Dark to transition into here. Looks like Reynor's going to get around on top of one of these roaches and surround. I don't know what the lag is on the stream. That's not me. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, more mutas coming out here of Dark. Now, Dark is actually double expanding here. This is very ballsy, but I like it. I think that's honestly his best move at this point. Now, Dark just has to keep Reynor on his side of the map. He picks off an Overlord there. He has to keep Reynor on his side of the map for as long as he can. Reynor getting +2, getting roach speed. He should get a Hydra down here pretty soon. And then just try to pump out as many units as he can. Unfortunately, he's getting supply blocked here a lot. Reynor, Dark with a pretty huge baneling count here as well. And it looks like Dark is going to transition to Ling Bane Muta here. Yeah, this is still significantly better for Reynor here. And Reynor actually cancels his +2 range. He's just going to go for it here. This is a lot of roaches. If he can just kill the third base here of Dark, that's honestly worth it. Dark needs to have another base, but Reynor doesn't see the 4th base that's in the bottom center. And a nice Ling counterattack here from Dark, actually killing quite a bit of the infrastructure here. But Reynor doesn't know. I don't think Reynor knows. Is he going to find it? Oh, he must have known. All right, so he's going to come down here. And he's going to kill this base as well. And this is going to reset everything for Dark once again. He's going to kill quite a few of the drones while he's at it. These mutas, they do have good damage output, but these roaches are just absolutely relentless here. Gets a kill on the extractor, oh boo-hoo. And now, Reynor's going to lose like almost all of his roaches. He is. But he's keeping the economy of Dark back, and Reynor is at 66 drones. And that's just going to be a really, really hard position for Dark to come back from here. And Reynor's got a really excellent queen count as well. I'm not sure what Dark's going to do here. Reynor threw away a lot of units to kill those bases. He really did. But Dark needs some heckin' bases. Reynor's going to go for burrowed roaches here. I like this play a lot here as well. Dark's not going to have the money to constantly be able to build when he needs to save all this. The overloads here from Reynor, unfortunately, caught in between the natural and a hard place, are going to slowly move their way back to the natural here. And Reynor needs to get overlord speed. If he gets overlord speed, this is going to be a lot easier for him to maintain and manage. Dark should get it too for getting overseers for dealing with the burrowed roaches. And it's unclear there when Dark swung by with the mutas there whether he figured out that Reynor's going to go for burrowed roaches here. But Reynor's in a much better position here. Dark has been able to secure 4 bases now. And he is picking off quite a few of these extractors. He's getting as much utility with the mutas as he can. Now he sees the animation on the roaches. He knows there's burrowed roaches. He should get static defense. He should get a spore and a spine in every base. I would, honestly, if I was Dark, I would put a spore in every base, and then I would uproot the spines that are in front of his natural right now that he used in the initial attack. I'd put those at the edge of his bases as well. And then Reynor's burrowed roaches are worthless. It's a lot of drones to build that, though. It is. But Reynor just looks to be in a really excellent position here. Now, Reynor has no 4th base, and Dark knows this. So if Dark maintains the economic lead here for a while, then maybe he'll be all right. Wow, I can't believe Dark killed 2 queens and didn't lose a muta there. That's insane. All right, here come the burrowed roaches here from Reynor. He's going to start attacking these drones here. Again, Dark with no detection here. And now this is an insane amount of hydras that are here as well. I think Dark's going to lose here. I think Reynor's just going to push out with this roach hydra, and he's going to get everything killed. An attempt to counterattack here from Dark. It's not going to be enough. The roaches here will burrow away, and Dark's push coming up now. There are 18 banelings here. They do have baneling speed. Dark needs to kill these hydras. The banelings are coming in now. The lurker splash is pretty excellent. The concave back here from Reynor is outstanding, but can the banelings get the rest of these hydras? They can. Dark has held all of these lurkers here. Oh my god, Dark doesn't have an overseer. Why don't you have an overseer? Oh no! Reynor getting a lot of his drones killed here by the Bailey run by. Did Dark just come back in this game? It looks like he did. The mutas should be able to clear all of this up. The burrowed roaches will kill the 3rd base of Dark here once again, but there's enough mutas on the map, and with this overseer, he should be all right. And again, Reynor has no 4th base. Reynor is going to run out of money here pretty soon. He needs to take another base, but defending it with this muta count on the map and after losing that many hydras in the previous attack, it's just going to be so ridiculously difficult to do. There is an overseer here. Reynor's going to split his roaches, try to get as much damage done as he can while evacuating as many of them as possible, but it's not going to be enough. Dark just has such an overwhelming muta count here, and he's probably going to find those roaches on the retreat. Yeah, I'm really worried for Reynor here now. I think he had a really excellent position this game, but the banelings were just too much. And these roaches, unfortunately, going to get caught here again. Reynor cannot afford these losses. He needs to get damage done no matter what. And it looks like Dark has figured it out. The burrowed roaches from Reynor coming in here now, trying to get as much economic damage done as he can, but it's just not enough. And Dark just has the better army. Dark has the much better army now. Reynor's gonna go for Hive. Gonna go for Hive. He's finally taking a 4th base here on the center left. But is it really enough? I don't think it is. Yeah, the longer this game goes on, the more I like this for Dark, honestly. Although Dark doesn't have a 4th base either. So pretty soon Reynor will spiral back in. The burrowed roaches from Reynor here, canceling the 4th base from Dark on the top right side. This is a pretty insane Hydra count coming out from Reynor, though. Yeah, I think Reynor's gonna stabilize on this 4th base, and then he's gonna be all right. I think Dark's gonna get ready for a bailing run by here on the 3rd base, but there are 3 lurkers burrowed there in an excellent choke base position. Yeah, what even is the plan here now from Dark? I guess he gets a 4th base, he gets several more drones, he gets an infestation pit, and he does what he can. Nice pick off there on the lurker. You really just want to pick off things that are on the extremities here, but these 2 lurkers will kill this entire bailing run by here. Very nicely done there. Dark's gonna go for it right now. There's not too many Hydras in this army. The Bailings actually get on top of almost all these Hydras here. Can Dark actually kill these Hydras? If he kills the Hydras, he basically wins this. Right? Actually, there's a lot of spores here as well. That was very costly there from Dark. But now he can pick off the lurkers completely uncontested here. He's got to get on top of the spores. I think that Dark might have done it here. All of the anti-air here from Reynor is completely out of position. The Queens are only coming in just now, and I don't think that's enough. The Lynx from Dark are actually getting into the natural as well. This is a very excellent attack here from Dark, but did he just hemorrhage too many of his mutas? I don't know. He killed a lot of drones in that attack as well. Okay, I think he's gonna just get on top of these queens here. He does have enough mutas here to one-shot them, and he's gonna one-shot all the queens, and with the queens dead, I don't know if Reynor can continue to hold this position here. This is so close. This is such a close game. What a game 5. Reynor's gonna get some Vipers out now to get some parasitic bombs on these mutas. He's needed that for a while now. Only just now able to afford it here. And again, Reynor with the burrowed roaches trying to get whatever counterplay he can here. This burrowed roach unfortunately attacking Extractor instead of the more important drones. And Reynor gonna try to get these burrowed roaches here home as well. Nice splitting of the army of Dark to kill all those roaches. But now Dark's in a better position. He's just better. He's killed so much of the anti-air here, and now he can just run in with more Ling Mei Mita and just win this game. Reynor does have a relatively nice defensive posture here, but the pure lack of anti-air is what worries me. Like, yeah, he's got 12 Hydras here, but the mutas alone can basically kill this. Here come the Banelings. They're coming in now, and from multiple angles at that, a lot of these Hydras go down. And with that, Dark can potentially just push in here with the mutas. He does see the Vipers, though, and backs off, which is definitely the right call. But I think Dark's ahead here. I think Dark's absolutely ahead here. I think as long as Dark takes a 5th base sometime soon, he'll be okay. Both of these players just spending every mineral and every bit of gas that they can. I love Reynor's spore setup in the main as well. All right, so here's the way the rest of the game's gonna work. Reynor has to get the best army he can. He needs to get Mass Hydra Lurker Viper and push out on the map at some point with good upgrades and just push out. Dark has to take the rest of the map and prevent Reynor from ever moving out and prevent Reynor from ever taking a 5th base. That's where we're at right now. And Dark's in a really excellent position to do that. He's at 70 drones. He's at 70 drones, and it's only going to get better for him. Honestly, I think Dark should just take the top right base as well. He's getting whatever upgrades he can here. And again, these Burrow Roach move outs just do not work here against Dark. He spots them almost every time. And Dark's Bailings here actually trading very inefficiently here against these Hydras. Very nice trade there for Reynor. Not what Dark wanted there at all. But this is really scary for both sides. Oh no, Reynor! Okay, so he loses a Viper. Can the splits here from Dark beat Poggers? They certainly can. Very nicely done. Excellent splitting from Dark. Holy crap. It wasn't perfect, but man, he saved a lot more splash damage than most people would. This is an automatic win for a player like Dark. I don't know. If Reynor can just turtle and get a really excellent army and take the most cost-efficient engagement ever, he can win this. But I agree that Dark's ahead right now. And there's only two options here from Reynor. Either Reynor plays a little bit cautiously and tries to take a 5th base in the top center and then moves in from there and kind of turtles up like he's doing right now. Or he turtles up like he's doing right now and then does a massive push with an insane amount of Hydra Lurker Viper. And the problem here is that, God, Reynor's upgrades have, units have no upgrades. Okay, so Dark's gonna do this really excellent surround here from both sides here, but is it really enough? The Banelings are streaming in now, and the Lurkers here from Reynor are actually taking a phenomenal trade. The Parasitic Bomb's going down on the mutas as well. Dark is hemorrhaging a lot of supply here. Did Reynor just win this game? Reynor might have just won this game. Again, his army's much better. His army's much better, even without the upgrades. Oh my God. Did Reynor just do it? The mutas are coming in now. There's not too many Hydras here in this army. There's only 16 Hydras to 18 mutas. I think Dark has just enough mutas here to tail this, and keep in mind that Reynor doesn't have the best upgrades, but Reynor needs to get a lot of economic damage done right now. He needs to get the Lurkers in positions where they actually do something, but unfortunately they're not. Dark is going to kill almost all of these Lurkers here. Meanwhile, a Link counterattack at the 3rd base of Reynor. I wish we could get a shot of that as well. Oh my God, the Links are going absolutely everywhere here. The Lurkers in the main are just way too formidable. The Lurkers in the 3rd are too formidable, and it looks like the Lings in the main, they might be able to pick off some of the tech here. If he can get the Lurker dead, that would be massive, but Dark is going to lose his 5th base here in the bottom center. He's going to re-expand towards the top right here. This is a crazy amount of exchanges that are happening here. I love the Birdlings here as well from Dark. That's super smart. Okay, unfortunately they get picked off. So Dark's gonna retransfer his drones over there to the top right side. Reynor has only 41 drones. He has a much better army once again, but can he do anything with it is the question. Nice catch there from Dark, picking off 2 more of the Lurkers from Reynor. And Reynor's just gonna push out again. I don't know if Dark can hold this one more time. This is so incredibly close. Dark has a lot of gas in the bank here, but again, his bases have been dying. He's been losing losing drones. I think Reynor's gonna take it right here. The Vipers are very scary as well here. The Parasitic Bombs do go down. 2 of these mutas very heavily damaged, doing so much splash damage here. Did Reynor just do it? Dark's mutas are gone. I think that Reynor has done it. Dark shaking his head. He knows. Reynor, he's got it. I can't believe it. The Parasitic Bombs were too good in the end. Reynor has his revenge. Takes the series 3-2 against the world champion Dark. I can't believe it. Reynor, so happy. I can't believe it. Wow. Dark, absolutely in shambles. Oh, the poor guy. That last engagement. Wow. Unbelievable here.